Rundown, July 19th. I just arrived in Cleveland. I am staying in a Super 8, 45 minutes away because Gaz booked it. It's honestly the worst hotel I've stayed at since I turned 20. It looks like there's at least 42 dead bodies in here. That's why it's dark. The wheel on my chair has fallen off. I sat in it, just one wheel. It's just a real disgusting place for a man of my stature to be doing the rundown and really spending the whole week of the convention. So, having said that, today's rundown is brought to you by Mont Bow. These are the jeans. These are the jeans, guys. They're good for the fat guys like you, Dan. A little stretchy material. A lot of people, by the way, giving you shout outs for the how fat and how great you were able to cover Erica. Like nobody knew Erica was behind you. Really impressive work. Really impressive work.
We don't hire a CEO without me putting on all that weight. Just think about that.
So Mont Bow. They'll send you 2 pairs of pants. If you don't know if you're a 34 or 36, right now I'm closer to a 32. That's how good I look. I'm back wearing jeans because of Mont Bow, because they sold me as the jeans sponsorship without telling me, so I had to start wearing jeans. I'm back in on jeans. It was a nice phase. It was a nice run. I wear jeans. If you see me in the street wearing my Mont Bows, don't be like, oh, you sold out. No, they paid me to sell out. So montbows.com. Mont Bows, 20% off for all stoolies. They're not super high fashion. They're not like the $1,000 jeans, but they're way better than mall jeans. They're perfect. They're guys jeans, all right? So they'll send you 2 pair. You keep the one you like. You send it back, 20% off. You got to use the promo code RUNDOWN. Promo code RUNDOWN, montandbow.com. The promo code is RUNDOWN, 20% off. Let's get into it. The RNC, that's where I am. I wish I was here yesterday, sort of. I didn't realize it started yesterday. Bunch of stuff. Trump came out, Drago style, with like in front of that screen. They played We Are the Champions. Melania Trump got caught plagiarizing. I think I summed that up perfectly. It was just vintage Lawrence Taylor. I don't know if people are saying that's a mistake. I haven't been paying enough. Somebody set her up. Like she got set up. Like there's no way whoever gave her that speech didn't think that was going on. No, they pick apart everything. So somebody set her up. You had Rudy Giuliani just going bananas. Personal highlight was Robert Dole. I'm not sure if you're supposed to like laugh when they like picked him up like out of the wheelchair and like had his arms on like strings like he was a puppet waving. Should be wild. Big Cat, what do you got on the RNC?
The Trump intro was unbelievable. Dave, I know you're a big Mr. Perfect intro song guy. If he went to Mr. Perfect, that would just make it like the greatest intro of all time.
How about going full boat and doing that thing? He's like catching his own football, throw the football, catch it.
Throwing
like,
the basketball like that. Yeah, I mean, you could see Trump doing that.
That wins him the election.
Yes.
Like if he does that vignette, which is probably the greatest vignette in the history of wrestling, you can't not vote for him.
Could you imagine if he walks out and he's got a basketball and Chris Christie's running around like this behind him and makes sure that it goes in? That's it right there. So it's over.
Perfect. That's absolutely perfect.
Melania Trump, I don't think she was set up. I think Trump basically says he totally subscribes to the no publicity is bad publicity is like good publicity. Anything. He wants all of it. I don't even know this saying. But he wants it all. People are talking. She has dominated the internet today. I don't care if it looks bad that she plagiarized. Everyone's talking about Trump. So I don't think it was set up. I think he was like, fuck it, let's plagiarize. It'll be hilarious.
That's what I've seen. I've actually seen, I've loved all the conspiracy theories that have come out today. And a Massachusetts Republican, I forget his name, but he says that Trump was 100% behind this and in on it just so he could use it and say the media focuses on the bad and they won't talk about the Benghazi victims who were there last night.
Right.
They won't talk about that stuff. And it's just like he does this just so they attack him. It's not a bad theory. What I loved even more was the chief strategist going on CNN today and reading fucking My Little Pony and saying that My Little Pony was just as similar to that quote as I just posted just now on the site. And it's like My Little Pony talking about dreams. I believe the character's name was Twilight Express or Twilight Starlight. And he's like, it's basically the same exact quote as Melania said. So you could say she plagiarized My Little Pony just as much as you could say she plagiarized Michelle Obama. The hoops they've jumped through have been fantastic.
And to be honest, if you're saying Melania like plagiarized somebody, the woman can't even speak English. So I mean, it was like not. She didn't fucking plagiarize shit. She was just struggling like when I had my bar mitzvah and couldn't read Hebrew. So I'm just memorizing everything they throw at me. You think Melania knows what the fuck she's saying? I mean, the woman can't speak English.
It's genius though when you think about how much they've dominated today, and I really do. I think nothing's gonna take down Trump at this point. He's said and done anything he wants for his whole life. He does whatever he wants his whole life. So plagiarizing a speech, I'm actually surprised they didn't go even farther. They should have, like, someone tweeted me today, Melania should have gotten up there and been like, as like a black woman growing up in Chicago, and just seeing like, dude, people would have gone nuts, and then Trump would have dominated headlines again. It's everything works out for him.
I feel like though when the RNC is going, you're supposed to dominate headlines. Speaking of dominating headlines, so we announced Erica today. We could have had her on it. We're running them all over the place. But overall, the reaction is good. Obviously, we've known this for a while. I said, Dan, shout out to you for blocking the fuck out of her in that video. I thought that was well played by you. And, we're happy to have her on. I think the reactions have been pretty good. I've said 1,000 times, we didn't hire, we weren't like, oh, we're going to hire a woman just because she's a woman. She was qualified, but it's a huge big brain move. I mean, it's a huge big brain move.
In the Variety article, I think it was, they said that, we probably did this just so we could have a woman.
Fuck that guy, by the way.
Dude,
the Variety article wasn't the most flattering article of all time. It's like, I did like how they called you guys underlings, but it's like in other news, they talk about some chick with her floppy tits out, and like, yeah, I mean, she had her fucking tits out. We talked about a lot of stuff today.
That's such a classic Todd move. Did you see that guy's face? I wrote a blog, but he's such a fucking Todd. Like, get out of my face, Todd. So, but I think it's all been positive for the most part. Obviously, our comment section can't like fathom that we hired a woman CEO. Also, if you're worried about content, she basically crouched down and had her nose in my ass for a minute. You think she's not ready to play ball with us? Come on, guys, fucking wake up.
Yeah, no, those people are fucking idiots. It doesn't matter how many times I say content, I'm in charge of content. Content is not changing. We have these pea brains, these minuscule pea brain ant faces who just can't get. And not only that, they don't like me. So it's like whatever little inch they want to get, and then I got to take the door. I got to fucking slam it on them. They get their 4 fingers caught in there. Their blood. You know when you get your fingernails, they turn all blue, and it's like you kill. That's what I do to our comment section every fucking day. And they're like mice, and they try to go. I just slam the fucking door on them. Leslie Jones. I was flying. I had no idea what this is. So this is the black chick from the Ghostbusters commercial movie. I know her as like the black chick whose car breaks down on the side of the road in some commercial. And I actually think she's funny in that commercial. I guess she was getting bullied on Twitter, and she cried, and Jack like reached out like, we're going to stop. Listen, everyone gets fucking bullied on Twitter, all right? If you're in the movie Ghostbusters, you're going to have better shit to do than worry about getting bullied on Twitter. By the way, Twitter now saying anybody also can sign up for verification. That's the end of it. Now you're a loser if you're verified. You're a fucking loser. And yeah, I know Nardini's verified. I don't give a fuck. I always have said I don't want to be verified. I want to play in the shadows. You think a pirate wants to be a fucking
I mean, that's not true.
Identified? Yeah. You think they want to be they want to be fingerprinted? So when there's a crime committed, they can be like, "Oh, that's Dave." I never wanted that verification. Let anybody who applies like that to be verified with the peons and the masses, fuck them. Give them the blue. I don't want the blue check mark. Fuck it, big cat.
You spun yourself off the earth on that one. You've wanted a blue check mark for like 3 years now. We all have. Let's just admit it.
At Twitter to get verified, less than a year ago.
Yes.
That's called a skit to generate page views, content, ad revenue, pay your salary, all the way down. I didn't want it. Peter Chernin, my friend, he said, Dave, he called me up on the phone. He was on the board too. He said, Dave, do you want to really be verified? I go, Peter, it's better if I'm not.
Okay, that's not true either.
Great.
That's not true either. I've sat in the same shit. I've sat in the same meetings with you.
I said, thank you, Peter. How's Mike and Dave's wedding dresses doing at the box office? Oh, that's great. Maybe,
okay.
Throw a shout out to Barstool the next movie. So no, I don't want to be that.
You spun yourself off the earth, but I do agree with you that if they start verifying anyone that just fucking signs up for verification, it is over. I don't understand this Leslie Jones thing. What was the start of it? Feidelberg, do you follow it?
This, I know it started a long time ago. I think it started when the movie was first announced, and I guess since it came out this weekend, it kind of got reignited. But it's the bullying was pretty strong for her. It's because it's when nerds get mad, they get really mean. Like Ghostbusters nerds, the people who have lived and died by that, and they're like genuinely mad that there is a movie about girls and there's a black girl in it. They can get pretty mean. They were showing some pretty racist stuff too.
Bro, you're a fucking superstar in Ghostbusters. The biggest lie.
She has 50,000 followers. She's not like a superstar.
Well, she's in Ghostbusters. She's in that commercial where a car breaks down. I will say the biggest lie that has been told this week by anybody, Republicans, Democrats, conventions, is Barstool Nate. I caught this tweet where Nate said if he had $1 million, nothing anybody could say would bother him. That is the biggest lie ever told. Ever. Moving on, Johnny Football. Let's do a commercial break.
By the way, Dave, you have to back up the female Ghostbusters now because we have a female CEO. So I don't know if you caught that part.
A big thing with the Leslie Jones situation was race because no one was doing anything mean. No one was doing anything about her mean comments, but Taylor Swift was getting mean comments deleted from Instagram. Mm-hmm. It's two different companies, so I think it's kind of weird to hold those to a standard. Like Instagram and Twitter aren't the same; they have different standards. But that was a big thing that they were protecting the white girl and not the black girl.
I had something to say about Taylor Swift, and now I don't. Johnny Football. Wow. Yeah, I know I did. I had something. Oh, Dave, someone just emailed and said they had a mansion we could move out of. This is what happens when I let sales guy book my accommodations. I end up in fucking a Super 8 with fucking blood on the walls. My fault. I've seen it happen so many times. Johnny Football, your new best friend, Big Cat. So you guys now, after you basically said he's a criminal and a wife beater and like that you
allegedly
won't give him time of day and that he's the earth. Now you two are BFFs. And by the way, before people change this dynamic, and I think you'll even like he came out of the clouds there. He was
I didn't do anything. I wasn't saying, hey Johnny, be my friend. He came out of nowhere for me.
That's fine. But people are saying that I said he was dead to me because he came to you when I had already declared.
No, you did.
I preemptively had said he's dead. So
you did.
It wasn't.
I mean, I was making fun of the whole look. Well, actually, I think the look is actually good because it's a weird 90s whole vibe going. But he came out of nowhere to, like, shout me out. And I played along saying, you want to come on, pardon my take. Your reaction was the most insecure thing I've ever seen.
Not insecure.
You are the number one guy who says, I have thick skin. I
I do.
But if anything even remotely has success except for Dave Portnoy, you know what you are? You're the guy who wants the team to win, but only if you can score 40 points.
That's totally
You want
wrong.
Barstool to win, but if you score 10, you're like, I thought we played okay. We could probably play better.
If it was up to me, I wouldn't even be a character. I'd just be in the boardroom.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Numbers.
Get the fuck out of here.
Put my best abilities on the court to help this team win, and if that means I get 20 seconds a game, fine.
It was the playbook.
40 minutes, fine. I don't care. I just coach. Tell me what I have to do to win. That's why.
Your playbook at this point is like the Tecmo. Like there's like 3 plays you have. It's call me fat. It's call me middleman Dan, and then tell me how much more money you make than me. And you hit them all last night, so it was nice.
Well, those are all true facts, Dan. If we get more money, that's way more money for me than you and for Feidelberg. So I want it to work. And by the way, what you're missing is I'm a loyalty guy. It wasn't thin skin. I had been loyal to Manziel, and then I killed him earlier in the thing. That's what makes me one of these supreme humans and why I love the Go Prez Go crowd and why the Go Prez Go crowd, if there was like a war and there was only 300 of us and there were 1 million of everybody else, I like my guys because my guys are so fucking loyal. They don't go in, I'm a loyalty guy, and I'll give you loyalty to the death. But once I feel like you've taken advantage of that loyalty, then I want to kill you. And that's what happened to Manziel. So fuck him. And he was already dead.
Wait, hold on. I don't even know where that rant was going with the Go Press Go guy.
No,
people also have been saying like, why hasn't
salt of the earth? That's where I was going with it. Those are the guys that can look himself in the mirror.
The difference between me and you is I don't actually think Johnny football is coming on Pardon My Take. I don't think he's going on any podcast because he's done this fucking
Probably
thing
not.
for 3 years now. Whereas if this had happened to you, you'd be walking around with your chest puffed out being like,
Oh,
I got football. Football's coming on the podcast. You said that. You said that to me multiple times. Football's on the show coming
Man,
up.
I'm trying to get. What did I say? It's gonna be huge fucking ratings. It's gonna
Bro,
filter
he's not
down.
coming on the
and I
show.
have
He's
to
never
look
coming
the
on
show.
any of our shows. He's never coming on any of our shows.
The team. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. Jonathan.
I don't think I have anything to add to that one. That's not really my story there. I think Dan's right in that he's absolutely not going on any show.
Oh, but
Who knows? He may. He never know what that guy's doing. Moments.
there it is. There it is. He still got you. You're like a little. He still got you,
He's
Dave.
dead to me until he comes on my show. But I hope you get him, Dan, because it helps
He's
the team.
got
team,
you.
team. That's all I do. When I go to bed every fucking night, I have a list. I have a piece of paper. I say, how can I help every single one of my employees at this company to be the best they can be? That's what I do.
I don't even know. The scary thing is I don't even know if you actually believe the shit that comes out of your mouth anymore.
1,000% do. You can ask Nardini. It's like we talk about. We have in-depth conversations about everybody. How can we help? How can we be somebody to lean on? And speaking of trying to steal the spotlight, so you blogged about Black Big Cat, all about you. So you want to talk about that?
Oh, here we go. I mean, I just picked a blog that had a lot of comments and people were tweeting about, but we don't have to talk about it.
No, that's good.
I
You
saw
put
that.
that on the rundown.
I saw that blog when I
Such
was.
a baby. You're so insecure.
How am I insecure?
John, what were you going to say?
I saw that tweet when I was driving yesterday, and I swear to God, I almost drove off the fucking road.
Yeah.
Like that's a black Dan. That's 100% a black Dan.
Because and you get it all the time, fights, because I'm convinced 95% of the world looks like you somehow. I don't know how, but that I don't get it. I'll get like the mustache, but it usually doesn't look like me. That guy, we're brothers. I have a black brother, and now I have a female boss, so I can basically make any joke I fucking want.
Someone told me he's an Indiana football player.
Just end the rundown. We can't talk when it's not about Dave. All right.
Let's do it about Black Big Cat.
So sad. All right.
I'm sure that'll translate on a fucking TV show. All right.
Have fun in
All right, so I just
no.
go create some page views. That's all I do.
I hope someone gets murdered in your hotel. Not you.
I guarantee you someone's already murdered.
Should go ghost hunting.